Yo, Pocket Slash, I'm doing your offline review. Volver versus a Briar. I saw you already another one for this new month. So that's obviously, I think you submitted either today or yesterday, so that's gonna be 48 hours. But anyways, let's get into it. Volver Briar. Looks like we're gonna be pathing down this game because top is Cassante, which is a tank. So if you could path up with this game if you wanted to, just because even though Cassante's a tank, so Cassante won't be fighting much. Aurelia usually plays like a Psycho because she always perma-Qs into waves. Meanwhile, bot's probably not too easy to gank because I'm assuming it's Cho'Gath Lux, so I'm assuming Cho'Gath's never gonna contest push because he's melee champion versus double range. So Cho'Gath's probably stuck in her tower. So unless you could think you can realistically dive bot lane, bot's kind of ungankable. While top lane will always be gankable because top's always gonna be fighting, you know. But anyways, but again, clearing down is never bad, so we full clear down. Let me just mute my Discord, clearing DMs. Okay, full clear, get crab. Look to double crab, and you see Mit's fighting, so not only is this an excuse for double crab, but it's also nice to try to push Kiana out. We show up, we see Kiana's out, Briar's here, defender. Looks like Briar full cleared up, and now we base. I think you probably just insta base. You were basing, Orion asked for help, you help her, then you base. Looks good. Now we full clear down again. looks chill. See, now we know our Gromps with her Gromp, our Wolves with her Wolves, our Raptors with her Raptors. Like you full cleared down, she full cleared up, so your camps are synced. In this case, here the second you should press tab. It looks like she skipped. Oh, here's my epic pen. Sorry. Oh, I need to open it up. It looks like what she did is it looks like she skipped her Gromp. Can you see my screen? Wait, why can't I? Huh? Sorry, 1 second. My shit's bugged. Sorry. Let me do it again. Epic pen. Okay, there you go. It looks like she skipped her Gromp to look for a gank bot, and then she went back to her camps. You see this because you see here in a second, you saw her run upwards, so she was in Trap Bush. So easy way to check is just press the tab, right? When you do a full clear at 24 CS, when you do full clear plus crab at 28 CS, if you press tab right now and she has 28 CS, that means she skipped Gromp to gank bot. If she has 32 CS, that means she did a Gromp and then went to bot. Either way, you're up because you're already on your wolves, right? So there's no way she did wolves and Gromp, and then right here she definitely did one camp. So either she has 28 or she has 32, but it doesn't matter because you have 36 after this wolf camp, right? Either I point this because if you're up an entire 1 or 2 camps of temporal on her, that means again if your raptors are up, you know her raptors are up. So you have 2 options here. Option A is just do raptors into dragon pool, because again when you're on raptors, that's when she's going to be starting her raptors. And then she's going to be on her top side, so you could do dragon because she's top side. So if she's top side, she can't contest the dragon. Option B is right now after wolves, just run to her raptors because you know she's just on her grump right now, and then 10 seconds from now she's going to be starting her wolves. But 10 seconds from now you're going to be starting her raptors. So you're going to be, it's an interesting situation where you're going to be finishing her raptors as she's finishing her wolves and walking to raptors, and then as she's walking to raptors, you're already walking to your raptors. So you're +2 camps. You might be like, oh, why is it not +1 camp? Because it's +1 because it's +1 for you, but it's -1 for her. So it's actually 2 camp difference. Even so, that's when anytime you counter jungle an enemy one, it's actually you should double the camp usage. So you're up 1 camp on her, but in reality you're up 2 camps. So here either an early dragon pull or an invade. This invade is guaranteed. Dragons, I think the B is technically more guaranteed because technically she could always go Raptors to dragon and contest it. But for option A with the invade, there's nothing she can do to stop the invade, right? So look on this guy, chunk him out. So now it looks like he did Gromp, Wolves, and now he went here. I mean, a couple things on this fight. A, don't need to fight. Like, you already won. What I mean by that is, look, think about how far you are from your next camp. You are 5 seconds from your next camp. She is 10 seconds from her next camp, right? Or maybe like 8. But the point is, like, you're closer to your next camp than her. So here, just don't fight. Walk to your Raptors. She has to walk, and then when she walks to Raptors, now you could do Raptors to Dragon. And her options now are 2 options. Either A, she could do Raptors to Dragon, and now she's skipping her Krugs to come fight, but then you could just go get off Dragon, you could go do it. And also, you just killed their ball. In a second here, you see that your balling kills their balling. So if you're balling, you have number advantage. So if they can't actually fight Dragon, it's gonna be 43. Not only do you have a number, but also their mid is lower than your mid lane is, right? Like their mid is like 40%, your mid's like 60%. So here, the only way you lose is by fighting now. If you just do nothing, if you just go to your Raptor, do nothing, you have a guaranteed advantage, right? Because if he stays on the bot side map to stop you from dragoning, well then you're doing Raptor's Krugs and he's skipping his Raptor's Krugs, so you're winning. And if he goes to his Raptor's Krugs, then you get free dragon because he's across the map. So no matter what, it's a win-win. As long as you don't fight, you win, right? And then looking at the fight, because it's not like it's not like you're a weak fighter. I think you should. I don't know if you forgot or didn't realize, but your Q got reset. So I think right when you get your Q reset, just Q again to stun this guy. Obviously, when he's stunned, he's not doing damage to you. So then obviously if you get the Q off and the extra auto, maybe you get your W off, maybe you'll live and kill him. But again, I just don't think you should be fighting here at all. So I think you just do Raptors. This is a nice chunk. Right now, the second this guy leaves, jumps over, you don't even chase. Right now, you should instantly go to Raptors. Before you even see Briar, you should already be leaving, right? And just play off your bot pry. Like the enemy Lux is dead. I just play to pull dragon in the next like 5-10 seconds, right? You have bot prio, you have mid HP difference, and he has top camps up, so he has to go top side eventually. So it's a pretty big mistake. I think you should never die here, and you should get first dragon. And then they end up getting the first dragon. And here, if you see them on it, let's say you think they're doing it, right? I don't know if you saw. Let's see. But if you think they're on it, maybe you didn't. But if you think they're on it, then in this case, you shouldn't even go to your bot camps. You should just go and take his entire top side, his Raptors, his Krugs. Because again, you know if you're tracking at all, his top camps have to be up. Because you both cleared. He cleared up, and he did Gromp to bot, then he did Wolves to mid. So he hasn't been top side in like 2-3 minutes. You know. Okay, we're clearing down. Base, do our camps. Looks normal. Unless you have item, you shouldn't base here, I think. Like, when you... Oh, actually, sorry, no, that's Kiana. I take it back, sorry. Basing here for top side is completely normal. This is not normal. I understand, like, she's 1 HP, you're like, oh, I want to ult on her tower, I want to flash on her. Like, I get it, she's juicy. But it just, like... these two top camps gives you Cosmic. Cosmic is 450, right? So these two top camps gives you item. Dragon's 30 seconds. Right now, your only winning lane is bot lane, right? Your bot lane's hard winning. Top's losing, mid's losing, jungle's losing. Bot's your only winning lane. Number one rule of jungle is play for winning lanes. That's how you win jungle. Is play for winning lanes, avoid losing ones. Right now, your bot lane's winning. You need to be on their side of the map, right? You need to be playing for the objective that's on their side of the map. The longer you spend topside here, the less you're playing with your bot lane, and the less you can use their lead, and also the longer they're weak sided, and the longer they're potentially going to be gankable or invadable. In my head, your preferred world is Gromp, Wolves, base. You'll be level 8. You'll get your item, and then you fight this dragon 3v3, right? You have items. You're probably same strength as Briar, and bot lane stronger than their bot lane, right? But my concern is the longer you stay up here, right? Now, boom, you see you literally not at the dragon in time. So not only is the dragon gone before you get here, right? But you didn't even end up basing for item. So now let's say after the dragon you want to fight bot lane, well now you like Briar has Bork and you don't have item. So now not only are you down item, but you're also late to the objective, right? So I don't know. I think your priorities are up. I think this game I haven't seen you gank or hover or do anything bot side once. We're 12 minutes in the game, and it's your only winning lane, right? I want to be ganking bot, diving bot, hovering them, maybe invading his bot camps, his Gromp, his blue, because again, like, you have bot lane prio, even though you died, Volibear is still just a really strong 1v1 early game champion, right? Having a death shouldn't scare you off from never playing the game aggressively again. But, I mean, actually, I could revisit the early game and play it back over again and show you examples, because at this point the game's over, bro. Like 1-4, 0-5, 2 dragons, 3 grubs. Like you can't lose. You can't be down KP. Like even CS and no objectives. Like if he's getting objectives, you better be up 30 CS. You know, like okay, for example, first dragon, take his top camps, right? He does grubs. Okay, go take his wolf gromp. Like it's either be down objectives but be up a lot of CS, right? Or be down CS but then up objectives. But you can't be even CS, down objectives. You need to get something in the early game. I'll finish the VOD and then I'll go back to the game and try to show you examples, because at this point, like, jungle's like the most important thing for junglers are early games, and the early game's already over. Like we're already like approaching mid game. We're down every objective. We have 2 losing lanes. Like this is like, I mean, this is a great fight. Getting some picks. running into tower, so she's forced to get tower shots. I think you're playing these fights a little slow. Like you need to like this is good, this is good. QWE, perfect, get your full combo off, and now your job is to dance. Your job is to dance at a range where she can't run away. Like you're still in a range to run after her in your next Q. But you want to also you don't want to just run into an auto attack. You want to wait for your abilities, your next W, your next E, your next Q. So your job instead of just running at her and right clicking, you want to like run near her, like run here. If she runs here, you run here. If she runs down, then you run back. You do a two step. She walks up, you walk up. She walks down, you to hit you, you walk down to avoid her autos, right? Wait for QWE. I guarantee you get another QWE or multiple W's on this guy, you'll win, right? But if you're just going auto for auto with no spells, you're gonna lose, right? So you gotta be a little more patient. And if you, in that case, you're playing patient, you see Kiana on her way, and then you just leave, right? And the game kind of fall. At this point, when you're this behind, or the game's this behind, you just need to look permanent to get picks, and permanent to let the enemies mess up. You can't really force your own plays. I know. I really think the game at this point is over. I wanna, instead of wasting both our time and watching this, just watching you try to squeeze back in and crawl back in and do whatever. I wanna let's rewatch the game together. And I already told you what you shouldn't do, but now let me show you examples of stuff you should do. Right? I mean, I did tell you like, oh, you should invade or you should pull dragon, like I did that, but I want to look for more gank opportunities around bot lane specifically. Gromp, wolves, raptors. It just sucks because this game is also such a domino effect. Like when you die here, normally you can do dragon here. Normally, potentially looking at bot lane because Lux is dead. If you're not fighting here, potentially you could look to dive their Cho'Gath. Because same thing, like Kiana has to go to her raptors. Lux is dead. Cho'Gath under tower. How does Cho'Gath live a dive with volley Q into Kaelin trap? Right? He just gets CC locked and dies. Right? 3v1. So when you die here, you're just losing opportunities to play for your lanes as well. Right? But anyways, do this. He does dragon. Yeah, and this also, when you open to your bot side now, this fucks up your bot lane later. Because when you do like this, when you're clearing up, right, which is what you're doing here, now it makes us you're not going to be bot lane for the next 60 seconds. But if we open to top side, then you're clearing down. So in 60 seconds, you will be bot lane. You're basically choosing, when you open like this, you're choosing, what do I value? Do I want to be bot lane right now, and the top camps in a minute from now, or do I want to be top camps now and then balling a minute from now, right? And this is in this sense because Kaelin hasn't based yet, so they're probably sitting, 6 minutes they haven't based yet. They're probably sitting a lot of gold, or she's based once, but she's probably, she's gone CS and 3 assists since then. She probably like it's probably more important to play on balling to be balling 60 to 90 seconds from now, not balling right now. So that's why, especially if you think Dragon's gone, just clear, literally open like this. You can literally open to this Krugs, Raptors, Gromp, Wolves, and you'll be like that. Or if you think Krug is too much, you'll just open to his Raptors and then like this, and then 90 seconds from now you'll be balling. But when you open to your bot camps, 90 seconds from now, let's see what right now in game it is 6:15. Let's see where you are 90 seconds from now. At 7:45, let's see where you are. At 7:45, we are on Gromp. Perfect example, right? But if we flipped it, where we'd be like this, then instead of being on Gromp right now, you'd be on Krugs right now. With Krugs, maybe look to die, maybe look to invade his Gromp, right? Maybe look to invade his respawning blue buff, stuff like that. You see what I mean? So far there hasn't been any opportunities to do anything but. Because every time you're bot side is when your bot lane doesn't want to fight. And every time you're top side is when they want to fight. Boom, right here, there's a good example. Boom, they just did grubs. How about we take this blast plant? Look, take this blast plant and look to take his ground per his blue. And if bot lane's fighting, you'll gank bot lane as well. Or you'll dive bot lane. I mean, this is another example of I think an opportunity you could look to go bot. Look, if you look in this mini up right now, look now you can't because Scanlan's stopping you, right? But normally, let's say you're over this wall. Look at Cho'Gath. He's pretty pushed up. He's also mobile. You show up like this, Q, Cho'Gath is dead for 100%. Another kill bot lane. And I already talked about this. If you didn't chase Aurelia and you just did Gromp Wolves, you'd do Gromp Wolves. You'd be on Wolves right now. Insta base, get your item, and then you just open to bot, and now you're 3v3 bot for this dragon. And yeah, I think with you're gonna be Briar has Bork, you have Cosmic, bot lane is stronger than their bot lane, and boom, you could very comfortably take this 3v3. But yeah, I just think this entire game you just didn't play around bot lane at all, and you didn't look for anything aggressive. After you died once, you just decided to full the rest of the game. But you still have to. Volley doesn't isn't like an like Graves or Kindred scaling champ. You still gotta force plays. So if you have any questions, you have my Discord. Just DM me. But hopefully that's helpful.